Hello. Today I'm going to be going through some of my favorites from this art book by Aaron Pocock. Aaron Pocock is a fantasy artist from Australia, and as you can see, he does really beautiful work even from this front cover, you can tell. And this is his book of drawings. Now I would like to be able to go through all of these, but as the back will tell you, there are over 100 pages of sketches and drawings from his personal files, and that this houses the most comprehensive volume of Aaron's unpublished work to date. So I think it would take a little bit too long to go through all 100 plus pages, so I'm just going to flip through here and show you some of the ones that I like the most. So I'm going to start with this. So as you can see, there's this beautiful, beautiful drawing of a dragon. You have the steam coming up from his nose and piles of treasure underneath him, and just has this smug little look. Just lots of character in this beautifully detailed dragon. I'm going to go ahead and skip the introductory pages, though they're an interesting read. And on the first page he has a little drawing of him in his studio, and it says, "An untidy studio is the ultimate sign of a creative mind." And then on this page he just says, "For Alexandra, very kind regards to you, Aaron." So one of my favorite ones is on this first page. They're both gorgeous, but in particular, I like this one called Rose. And I just love how detailed all the folds are on her skirt, down her dress. And I think it's just very beautiful, feminine and elegant drawing. And I like that sort of style a lot. On the other side is a very sort of intense and strong looking fairy with much more cleanly done lines. I kind of like the contrast between these two. The next two are also a couple of my favorites. Here's the one from the cover. It's called The Crows King's Daughters, and it's, I think, a series. There are several different drawings in here that are labeled as The Crows King's Daughters. I guess it's all his different daughters. And this is my personal favorite. And again, you see that there's so much detail on the lines of the fabric of her dress. And I think this one looks really sort of mysterious. I think it's really beautiful. I think this one's really fun. He talks about, Aaron Pocock, on this one, how he's also a musician, and this is kind of a reflection of that. This little guy playing away, getting very into the music. And I just love how much character is in this one little drawing. So much personality. The next page has another one with a lot of personality, but that's not the one I'm going to focus on, though I think you should see it. But I really love this one, and this is called Allies. And he just does really, really beautiful detail on the griffin. He talks in another page about how drawing griffins is one of his favorite things. And then you have this just like very beautiful profile of a girl next to him. It's a really nice contrast with each other. The next one is one of my absolute favorites from this book, and it's this one right here. And you can see it has really clean lines, but it's just very detailed, and it has so much movement in it. It's just very out on a branch, and I really, really like this one. It reminds me of childhood books and fairy tales. In particular, I had a book, it's one of my favorites, called The Wise Woman by George MacDonald. And that really reminds me of the illustration that was in that book. It would just be on a few of the pages. I'm skipping so many beautiful ones, but I think these two are neat. It's called The Oak King and The Crow Rider. And again, you have sort of this juxtaposition of this very wise looking old king. Looks like he's seen many things and knows many things. And then on the other side you have this little sprite riding a crow. And he just looks so filled with mischief. This one up here, called Noble Steed, is, I really like this one. I think childhood me would have liked it even more maybe. But you can just see how detailed the seahorse is. And the mermaid is really pretty too, of course. And it just reminds me of imagining what the sea would be like, probably from watching The Little Mermaid, and thinking that seahorses were actually something that you could ride on when I was a child. So I think this is one of my favorites. And there's several pages of mermaids. They're all really beautiful. But I'm skipping over most of them. These two pages. In both of them you have these old trees, tree men, green men, and talking with fairies. In this one it looks like the fairies negotiating or even lecturing him, trying trying to be serious, and he looks very bemused. And then on this side, you have this old tree, and he's holding up a paint palette for her. I think it's just really cute and sweet looking. Just a very happy looking piece of art. And this one, I don't know if you'll be able to see all the detail in it. I think it's called Faces in the Trees, yeah. And if you look, there are little faces all over, coming from the trees with little knots as their eyes and branches as their noses. There's several faces in there if you can see some of them. And there's just so much detail and work that you can tell went into this. I think it's really, really, really beautiful. And then you have this very writing on a little wasp, which is sort of scary at the same time if you're afraid of wasps. But kind of along that same vein, the next two are called Moth Rider and then Sting. And he talks about how he likes to take elements of the wild, of real wildlife, and mix it in with his fantasy artwork. You can see that one's Sting. This one is the Moth Rider. And his art really reminds me of the golden age of illustration. That went from, I don't know, I think like the 1880s through the 1920s maybe. And when you think of just classic fairy tale illustration, you're thinking of things from that era that really shaped how I think this fantasy is generally stylized and thought of now. And I think his artwork has just a certain reflection of the golden age of illustration. So I really love it. These two are both really striking. You can see it's a classic old, strong and powerful looking old grumpy dwarf. This is a fun one. This old witch who looks like she's just full of evil little plants. Mischief. It's called the Bog Witch. So, this next one I want to explain a little bit because my friends and I used to run a stock photography site, and that's actually how I first learned about Aaron Pocock's work. He used some of references, some of that stock photography from our site as references. And so this next one is actually referenced off of one of my friends. Some of the stock photography that we took of one of my friends. It's called Sleeping Beauty. And the funny thing about this is that my friend was actually sleeping when we took that photo. We were all planning on doing stock photography photos that day, and she fell asleep while the rest of us were getting ready. And she looked very picturesque, so we took her pictures. They turned out really beautifully. She really liked them as well. And there's another one of her. So it was put up with her permission, of course. She wasn't weirded out or anything. This next one would be really good for Halloween. Creepy old pumpkin. And on the other side is a cute little mouse. And Aaron draws little mice, just little creatures. Often you can put a lot of character in them. So I really love silhouette artwork, old-fashioned silhouette artwork in particular, and this really picks that up. So I really like this one. I just love it when you have a silhouette artwork and it has so much detail, so many little pieces. The next page is another silhouette artwork. This one's very long and skinny. Long and skinny, so I don't know if it will fit on the page. And then this particular silhouette artwork is so gorgeous and detailed, and some of the details are so tiny that I don't know if you'll even be able to see them correctly, but it's just beautiful, sort of spindly dragon beside a tree and backlit, and the detail of like the light coming through like little branches and blades of grass is amazing. Not the rest of the book, but this ending several pages are of a little series around a little mouse called Valiant. And that's in. So I want to show you a few of the pages from that. And this was talking about with him putting a lot of character into little mice. I think this is a good example. And here's a couple more pages. Look at just how much detail goes into this. So I would definitely recommend checking out some more of his artwork if you're into fantasy art. Like I said, I only really gave you a small taste, but I think it's definitely really worth looking into. And it's easy to find him and his artwork online. He has a big online presence. So a few years ago, he did a series of 4 stamps for Australia, postage stamps. So I think you could probably find those. They're really, really beautiful. Little tiny stamps, but full of color and detail. And of course, these are his drawings, so none of them are colored. So if you want to see beautiful color added to things, check them out. Also, there's a couple more pictures from my old stock photography site that he's referenced that were really beautiful. So you can go find those maybe too. I'm not going to say the name of my scalp photography site though. You'll have to see if you can guess it if you look them up. So, I hope you enjoyed looking at his artwork. And I hope that this was relaxing. Thank you for watching.